Hi everybody, Engineer Hoist here. I'll be your host for this video review. Today we've got the Transformers Generations Autobot Specialists, Ironhide, Hound, and Mirage. I gotta tell you, these guys are pretty awesome. I'm very excited to get them because I never got the original figures because I didn't start collecting Transformers until after they were already off the shelf. So I'm very excited to have these molds, and I'm even happier to have these particular figures because they're beautiful. Anyway, the packaging here, they come in a 3-pack here. You got, Mirage, Ironhide, Hound, but you guys probably know all that. The interesting thing is, on the websites, they're advertised as Henkei Classics from Takara. But you can see the packaging shows that it's Hasbro, and it's even branded as Transformers Generations. So do what you want. I think Mirage and Ironhide came from Universe, or Hound and Ironhide were Universe and Mirage was Classics or something. But anyway, these guys branded as Generations, so they fit in there, and it's all basically the same thing. It's just different names for different years. So when you open it up, it actually flips open, and here's our bots, looking really great in the packaging there. And just like the original Hound, he comes with Ravage. And up top here, we can see pictures of the figures there. Do have a little bit of a typo on these. They're Autobots, not Autobots. So, but okay, no big deal. We know there's a real story. They're Autobots. Then on the back side of the package, we've got their bios. So that's actually really nice to see too, that they actually come with their different bios. We'll go ahead and zoom in. I don't know if these are any are similar or the same or any different as the original ones, but reading through them, they certainly fit the characters that we know and love from Generation 1. So that's the packaging. We'll go ahead and get them out of the package and take a look at the actual figures. Hey guys, now we've got the bots out of the packaging, and here they are: Mirage, Ironhide, Hound, and Ravage. And I gotta tell you, it's really clear that the nice shiny paint apps really do make a big difference. I can really see why why a lot of people prefer the Takara versions of the figures over the Hasbro versions. I'd stick with Hasbro because they're easy to get and they're affordable. But sometimes when these guys worked out to be about $33 a piece, getting them from online in the pack, the 3-pack, and they would have been at least that much getting them secondhand. So I felt it was really worthwhile getting them, and I'm really happy I did. So I'm going to actually review them each one at a time in this video. I'll put some links down here where you can jump right to them: Mirage, Ironhide, or Hound. And so we'll get right to it. Okay, now we're taking a look at Mirage, and I gotta tell you, this figure is absolutely fantastic. I've seen him in pictures many times, and every time I see him, I keep thinking, I've got to get that guy, I've got to get that guy. And turns out the pictures don't lie. He really is a great figure. He's very posable. And considering that this guy came out in 2006, originally, he's very very posable for that time. He's got double jointed elbows. Of course, that's mostly for the transformation. He has a waist swivel that a lot of people really think is like the coup de grace of a figure. If you can give him a waist swivel, then he's just really top notch. He's very posable in the legs. His spoilers actually give you a little bit of posability for his feet. And he doesn't have any kind of a thigh or a knee swivel, but you can see he still gets you. You can get some pretty decent poses out of him. Transformation's a lot of fun too. It's basically the front spoiler of his vehicle mode becomes a disruptor cannon, I think is what they call it. But it's actually fairly simple, but a really neat transformation. Just like most figures, you flip the fists into the arms, and just go ahead and take the front part, flip this all the way up until it fits into the front of his car. And yeah, he does kind of peek out there from the windshield a little bit as he's driving. And then we go ahead and take this piece and just kind of rotate it around so that it's more in line with the curve of the vehicle. One of the reasons why he's got the waist swivel is it's part of the transformation. You flip that around, and then you fold up the legs, and they kind of tab together underneath, and there's a kind of a peg notch here at the top there, and then the spoiler clips or tabs together. Then we get fold the arms around, and then they fold in, and they actually help to lock the legs in by have the little tab on the end clips into the back part of the waist there. Do the same thing on the other side. You gotta rotate it all the way around so that it lines up. There he is. See, now he fits together a lot more securely. Last but not least, you put his front spoiler on. You got a tab here on the end, and you got the slot inside there, so it fits all the way up in there. Let's get in there nice and secure. You can position his spoiler however you feel appropriate. And here we are with Mirage in his vehicle mode. It rolls really well, very low clearance, but that's how F1 cars are. So he's got his 26, just like his original toy and likeness from the Transformers show. And really, I can't express how nice this figure looks with this nice shiny bright blue paint. It's I just can't get over it. It's just it makes me I'm speechless. It's just so beautiful. And it's a great looking car, and would look great on any shelf. And the robot mode, like I said, is one of the best. I just did my top 10 list of Generations figures, and I'll tell you now, I don't know where he would fall, but this guy is going in. Got to edit it now because this guy's going in my top 10. So there's Mirage. Go ahead and we'll move on to Ironhide. And here we have Ironhide. I've seen a number of different reviews for this guy. There's definitely some mixed feelings out there. Some people really like him, some people really hate him. Then again, they were also reviewing the Hasbro version, and apparently the Hasbro version had a blue face, which yeah, I think that would look a little strange. And they said the coloring was off, but I got to tell you, this guy, he's those problems aren't there. He doesn't have the blue face. He's got a nice gray face, and with a nice shiny red paint app. The color issues that people had are non-existent. Well, he does have the light blue on his on the windows, but which you will see in the vehicle mode. But they're windows. That's pretty much a standard color that Hasbro and other toy companies use for painted windows when they can't have the clear glass, which you certainly can't do for the parts where he is painted. But anyway, he's he's quite posable. He's got the arms. He bends at the elbow, and yeah, his gun doesn't stay securely, but he's got a tight joint. You can get his arm goes up, and the gun just kind of clips on there. It's a pretty neat gun too. It's got the Gatling gun on the one side, and you push in the Gatling gun, and out pops a blade. So that, and then you can clip that on too. So if you want your Ironhide to wield a blade with a whole bunch of extra stuff that doesn't seem to really be necessary for the tiny little blade, you can do that. So there you go. But his fists are a little they're just kind of open palm, like he's gonna slap somebody. It almost looks like his thumb moves, but really it's part of the hand. That's just the pin that goes through the whole hand. But yeah, he's got a nice range of motion here. It's hard to see, but he does actually have a waist swivel back all the way back up in there. It's actually up in here, almost up in the middle of his back. Not so much at his waist, but it achieves the same function. And so yeah, he's very posable, and so the only negatives I heard about the guy before were like the colors, and that's certainly not a problem with this particular figure. Transformation's great too. So you start off, get the head straight. We can go ahead and just take this whole front piece and just kind of flip it up here. And there's his head down there. You flip these back wheels around. And yeah, I don't know if that's a problem on any other figures, but the arm pops off sometimes if you give it a little too much force. But it goes back in there pretty secure. So we just rotate that back up and around. Fold it down. We'll flip the hand up. Rotate this whole portion around, and rotate the side of the hand around, and then it's just going to kind of come down a little bit, and I don't know if I'm catching all of that. And it takes a little bit of a playing, and there he goes in like that. Same thing on the other side. Rotate this around, fold it down, make sure the hands flipped up like that. Rotate it around so that all the panels are on the same thing. We'll flip it around, and then just kind of rotate the forearm down. You can kind of see there's a little tab here, which is going to help hold it securely with the other piece. Just keep that up out of the way, and so now we can go ahead and take the feet, fold them up, and then this piece comes up like that. The fronts of his legs is actually the hood of his car. They unfold. You get that up, and then you fold the leg up around until it. Then once you get it folded around, go ahead and flip that down, and then this will line up. Got a little peg, kind of pegs into the hole there on his foot. Same thing on the other side. Maybe I shouldn't have the hand or the arm all the way in there all the way yet. And then you just kind of fiddle with it until it all lines up right. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do, which might be messing things up, is you pull the bumper out. That allows the back wheels to fold in a little bit better. Yeah, that makes it a lot. That was causing some alignment issues because the back wheels and panels weren't getting all the way in the way where they needed to. Then once you get all that lined up, flip out the front, fold down the top of his, fold down the top and the front. It kind of fits in the middle. And then it's just a matter of fiddling with it until it gets all together. And those snaps usually mean that you got stuff finally lined up, or it means you broke something, so it's hard to so they're not always a good thing. In this case, it means they're actually kind of snapping together. Oh yeah, and his gun does store underneath. You can see they got the little hole there right under his head. Got a little peg here on his weapon, and kind of just fits up under there. Probably should put that in at an earlier point in the transformation, but you can kind of get it in there. But anyway, there you have Ironhide. You know, he rolls pretty good, and looks great. Nice shiny paint all around. Nice big Autobot symbol there. Windows look great, painted ones, but again, you can't have clear plastic there because they're using robot parts. The panel lines do kind of seem to take away from it, but you know, honestly, it just shows that that's how kind of complicated this guy is. You know, it really is a complicated figure to transform and get all together. The engineering really is fantastic. You know, I think it's great. There's Ironhide. Now we have Hound with Ravage. The original toy, from the Universe line, came with Ravage, and the only reason I can think of that is that one episode where the Autobots actually caught Ravage and kept him in a cage, and Hound was in charge of watching him and came up with a plan to feed Ravage some false information and then send him on his way. That's the only reason I can possibly think why they would put these two together. But even so, I mean, that's a nice little nod back to the original cartoon. Ravage is a pretty decent little figure. You know, he comes with the, you know, he's a little posable. His little arms pose, and he's got the little tail. The head looks up and down. You can even kind of get him in to where he's sitting like a good boy. But you know, so transform him. Just kind of fold up his feet, and flip the front out, and then the back kind of splits. Fold the tail in, rotate the back legs around to where they're kind of flush with the other ones, and then fold up his head, and there you have a rectangular piece of plastic that resembles a tape, complete with the Decepticon logo. I'll set him aside for now. He'll come back when we get Hound in his vehicle mode. So yeah, here's Hound, and I'm real excited for Hound. He was one of the biggest reasons why I got this set, because I've always wanted a Hound figure ever since I was a kid, and I really never got one except some tiny little black Hound figure, or like the Constructbots Hound. So now I've got an actual honest to goodness Hound figure, and I'm super excited. It comes with his kind of like a hologram generator gun. It's not mentioned in the instructions anywhere, and it's not real. It doesn't look like it was intentional, but you can use the little clip here. Is actually used to hook on the back of the seat in his vehicle mode. But if you flip out one of his tires on his right side, which is where it usually went, there's just enough of a little area under here that you can kind of slot this in. It doesn't hold very securely, but as soon as you fold the wheel back in there, the wheel kind of helps keep it in, and so you can give Hound his classic look with his shoulder-mounted hologram generator, which I think is really great. And another indication, which was clear to me that these aren't just the Henkei versions, is I've seen some pictures of them, and the Henkei has the yellow stripe on Hound around the front, and even the Autobot insignia on his chest, where this guy obviously doesn't have that, and he's got his Autobot insignia over on the fender. So this is actually a unique figure. It's not just a package of one of the older figures. It does have new paint applications. I imagine it may be the same for Mirage and Ironhide too. But this Hound is actually is unique. Also, the other two figures that I noticed, his legs, his lower legs, were actually black on those two figures, whereas this guy is green. So let's go ahead and transform him. Go ahead and flip these wheels out, and we can go ahead and get them halfway turned around, because they do end up turning all the way around during the transformation. So we can kind of flip his head back and fold these wheels out, and then go ahead and flip the front up. And you kind of fold the waist down there, and so the wheels then kind of start come in, get these in. Let's get the back. Just fold the feet up and flip the almost the seat backs, but that's not exactly what it is. Because then we're going to go ahead and rotate fold the legs up in, and they tap together, and these are the seats here. These were part of his thigh. This one always gives me trouble. See if I can get it before we fold it up. There we go. That snaps in. The wheels come in, snap in there. Fold the hands into the forearm. Again, like so many other Transformers before, which, hey, it works. And then the arms just kind of fold up underneath. And there you have Hound. One last detail. Let's get his. Now it's like a sensor as opposed to oh yeah, I forgot to tab and peg the sides and into the front. So now it's really more of a sensor as opposed to a hologram cannon, but it's a multi-function tool. So there you have Hound in his vehicle mode, and yeah, this guy rolls really fantastic. And for, like I said, we're going to be bringing Ravage back in. You can flip these back pieces up. I've got no fingernails, so I'll bring in the tweezers. Just kind of flip these back pieces up, and they line up perfectly with Ravage's tape holes. And now they can go off-roading together. So there's Hound. Very happy to have him finally. You know, so let's go ahead and bring in the other two guys so we can see the whole set. See the whole set together in vehicle mode. And there you go. There's Mirage, Ironhide, and Hound. I really can't say how happy I am to have this set. They really are beautiful looking figures, and if you can find the set and don't have these figures, definitely go look for it. I think I might have got the last one on TF Source because I went back on there right after I got it and it's out of stock, but I did see Big Bad Toy Store still has some. And I gotta tell you, if you're a fan of these characters or just good figures in general, it is worth the price of the set. And so there you have it. That's the Autobot Specialists, Mirage, Ironhide, and Hound. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Facebook and even on my website at engineerhoist.com. So, thanks a lot.